Now it is this way, and the continents are located not the same position. But when you try to view from the angle, it appears this way because as you are moving far, you are trying to cover the view.
Okay.
But when you come closer, you can't see. You are trying to focus on a particular continent or country. So if it is that way, the movement, the rotation, I say, of this is the what is called the what passes day and night, and the Earth rotates on its own axis, causing every 24 hours. So this is why it is possible to change the position of the country. Maybe, for example, the Asian, Japanese facing the day, and those in Africa back there being in the night time. So the movement is what causes this day and night.
For those one that still keep believe that the earth is flat, right? You as doctor, how the simple way to make those guy believe that the earth is circular, how do you explain it to us?
If it is flat, so it is not possible. Every earth we see, the we face the sun
Yeah,
radiation at the same time.
at the same time, yeah, it makes sense. It's
Being a student calls for a lot of dedication. First, you have to deny yourself several opportunity, maybe to say enjoyment with friends, the social. You have to limit your social life with the person out there. People going to the club, making life enjoyable.
Yeah, that guy have a white baseball cap on at the time. But they said they both say mid-20s, kind of light blonde hair, light brown hair. We had a mustache. Looked like
Olá, sejam todos bem-vindos para mais um episódio do Mazuela Podcast. Diferente dos episódios anteriores, este episódio vai ser totalmente em inglês, com um irmão africano, nigeriano, que, tal igual como eu, também vive aqui como estrangeiro, é estudante, mas nós vamos saber mais sobre o nosso irmão aqui. E agora eu vou fazer uma breve introdução em inglês para aquelas pessoas que falam em inglês, que é para deixar também todo mundo inteirado com a nossa conversa. Hi everyone, it is once more our podcast, Mazuela Podcast. From today's guest, we have our brother from Nigeria, and he has such a nice story. And I'll promise you that you will stay like me, also me myself, when the first time I found this brother. Hi, Onoro.
Hi, Dan, how are you?
I'm doing great. So, before we start talking about what Honor is doing right here in Brazil and how he can help Brazil, we will start from the beginning. Honor, what make you arrive here in Brazil?
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, I got a scholarship to study here in Brazil,
Great.
doctorate. But in Portuguese, it is doctorado.
Sim, doutorado.
Yes, I got the application around February 24. So when I applied, I was fortunate enough to be the first position. So I got the CNPq scholarship here in Brazil being funded. So I arrived in Brazil March 24, precisely on the 25th of March 2024. And since then, I've been here enjoying Brazilian culture and then trying to make friends and make better the life.
Okay, it's a nice, and I'm so all glad to hear that you are succeeding here in your journey. But let's tell us more. How do you find yourself in this journey? Because it's not, I guess, and you also the right person to explain to us what is the path that we can have if we want to succeed in this journey to be a student, as a student.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, being a student calls for a lot of dedication. First, you have to deny yourself several opportunity, maybe to say enjoyment with friends, the social. You have to limit your social life with the person out there, people going to the club, making life enjoyable on the streets. So myself, I started back then when my father used to tell me, "Oh, bro, if you want to succeed in life, you have to be serious with your study. Study hard, you make a lot of scholarship, make life easy for yourself, and start up a good family." So I started at a very young stage then to study a lot, read books online, physical. It's really challenging when you start at the initial step, but when you start to advance in the career, you start to enjoy it. People from all over the world will try to contact you. Oh, you have nice knowledge about this, so how do you explain to us? And when you say or solve their problem, you are contributing to the entire world community. For example, I'm a scientist, so I started very young also to write some research work on about the earth, the atmosphere. So during my master program, I did the lower atmosphere physics, where I study a lot about the earth, and I see not being enough. So I have to enroll in the doctorate program, the scholarship I got here in Brazil, and now presently I'm studying the space physics. So more close to the astronomy. So just study the space physics, have some instrument there in university to view the space weather to say how is the space behaving basically during disturbance we call the geomagnetic storm. So being a student is quite challenging, but it requires a lot of dedication, a lot of work. It's painful, but at the
Yes,
time is you start to enjoy.
yes. And hearing you saying that, there is a one thing that make me thinking also that you said right now. You have to deny yourself. Try to explain more about, because you can deny yourself, but you can deny others. To When I'm saying about the others, in another sense, you will grow up in a community student. You will keep in touch with them. You are become used to exchange knowledge, but you have also social life, normal life with family, with a friend. How do you use to deal with this situation?
Denying yourself, I don't mean to completely detach yourself from the friends. Yes, we are Africans and we came from a community where we make a lot of relatives, lot of brothers, lot of friends. But you have to manage. Most times you have to make the friends or relatives who used to club a lot, who used to play football on the street, who used to visit the park for some enjoyment, and they will call you, oh, no, where are you? Just we are here. Most times, even when I intend to go, I have to fix my time. Oh, let me go and spend some time with this my friend or my brother. When I reach there, when I get there to say I'm going to spend 30 minutes with him to make him or her feel relaxed, or Anoruo is with us here. But my mind still tell me, oh bro, you have to study. Every day try to learn new things. Don't detach completely yourself from the friends. Just try to schedule yourself. Oh, On Monday, this is what I'm going to do. On Tuesday, I have to speak with these friends. But let them know that all your life you're a student and you have some fixed time for each of them. So it's really, really challenging when you start at the initial. But at this my stage, I know the right thing and to do at every right time. I know when to make the call, when to call my family there in Nigeria, to pick up friends' call, to chat with them. I don't let to interfere with my study time because to study a lot means to be successful.
Yes, and as successful, you are already a successful student. Congratulations. And but we are seeing the end result. What I mean by end result, it takes you a process to stay to arrive here in Brazil to see the result on your on way of this journey, and just trying to explain us how it start from back ago from Nigeria. How do you find yourself to be a student? How do you find yourself to like physics? Just trying to explain your whole journey to end up here, all your paths and all your backgrounds, and motivate also others, because we as African we have a lot of person that are still there in Africa, and they don't used to believe, oh, it is possible also to succeed in what I'm trying to choose as my proposal of life.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Life is not easy anywhere. So I could remember back then when I started the high school, I so much like sciences. I studied physics, chemistry, and mathematics a lot. But my main focus was in the biology, where I studied most especially the human organs, the eye, the ear, the nose.
You start in biology.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I so much like biology because then I read a famous neurologist called Ben Carson.
Ben Carson.
Yeah, I told myself, oh, I'm going to be a neurologist when I grew up. I like so much this biology. I was reading a lot. I could remember being the best in biology during my high school. But when I applied to join the university, I saw my name being offered physics. Oh, physics used to be difficult. At this stage, I told myself, oh, you have enrolled yourself in a very difficult, tough course. But when I started, my first test there in the school, I scored very low grade. I had a very poor grade. I was
The
like,
first time that you
yeah,
applied in university.
university to study physics. I was given a test
Yeah,
and the result was very bad.
very bad. Around, for example,
Four,
four
yeah,
in,
four.
and what is the highest value that you
The
can?
highest value should
20,
be, no,
10,
it should be 10.
10. Okay.
10, yeah. That's four.
Four. And how do you felt?
It was very bad and very discouraging. I told myself, oh, this is a very tough journey. But one thing in me keep telling me, oh, you have to improve yourself. You're just starting. Just keep doing it. And this is just the first time you have this experience in the university. And there I have to tell myself, one thing to succeed is the determination. You have to be determined. I want to do this. So once you tell yourself, I want to achieve this, then you have to follow the routine of the decision. So I told myself,
To be
oh,
consistent.
yeah, be consistent in what you do. Oh, it is too early. You have to make more effort, press more effort. And then I started. And the second test was very good for me.
Another year.
The same year, but we have to take series of tests.
No, you
The
test
first
that
time
the first time that you did exam to
I
apply.
test, no, not I was already a student there.
Oh, you
Yeah,
were you
but
were
I was given a text in physics and I scored 4 of 10.
okay. It's meant that you were about to change the course.
I was about to discourage myself. Physics is difficult. I can't read. Now you start to fail. It is too early to start to fail. But no, I was like, oh, I am determined to do the physics. So I have to start, practice more, determine. The second time I got a very nice grade, and then I ended up being so famous in
In the university.
the university.
What is the name of the university?
Imo State University
University.
in Nigeria.
In Lagos.
No, in my region in Nigeria, Imo.
Imo State. Okay, and when you look after this, after you pass in this issue, in this situation, how do you feel? How did you feel yourself? Oh, how come I succeed? And since those times, those months ago, I failed.
Yeah,
How you felt? How did you feel yourself?
yeah, I feel good. To myself and definition, uh, how to say failure is not completely that you're a bad student. You fail to learn. Once you fail something, when you repeat, you are gaining more knowledge about the stuff. So those days gave me a lot of experience, and I'm using them as the background to succeed now. There are things I can make so easy, and it could appear difficult to others. But to me, it is very easy.
Very easy.
Because maybe when you try to repeat yourself, pay more attention to what is giving you problem, try to solve, you see yourself succeed. In your next time, you can't see exactly the same problem. Oh, I already know how to solve this problem. You just solve and it
Okay.
works perfectly for you.
It means that you were there, you studied your graduation is in which
I
method?
graduated in 2013.
In which method? Physical.
Physics, yes.
Physics. And
Physics.
after that, you said, oh, now let me apply
The
for
postgraduate to the master degree in physics.
also there in
Also
Nigeria.
there in Nigeria.
And after that,
After that, start up the doctorado in Nigeria.
in Nigeria.
Also, I was doing since 2017 before I got the scholarship here in Brazil in 2024. So I keep studying physics,
Okay.
advancing myself about the sciences of the art.
Okay. And you told me also that you applied in so many scholarship, and you almost you were accepted
Yes.
for all of them. And how was to deal with this?
Yeah, my first scholarship I got was in 2016 to study there in University of Reading in UK.
UK. Okay.
But then I am from a very poor family. I don't have money to start making the visa application, so I have to suspend. In 2020, I got another scholarship.
The first one you got, but you wasn't. You was. You were not money
money, yeah, to
to.
start the application of the visa. No. The second one I got in 2020 there in University of Trento, Italy.
Yeah.
Then I have little money to start the processing of the visa. But there was COVID,
Okay.
so I was warned not to visit there in Italy, so I could not go. The next one I got was in Henan University in China, full scholarship. So immediately I got Henan in China. I also got the University here in Brazil the same time. So Chinese application to me was not really, it was somehow stressful. So I have to start processing the one of Brazil. Why I started processing the one of Brazil? Because I returned from Japan also.
Japan also, you told me.
Yeah, I returned from Japan with a very good scholarship also. I spent a lot of time. I was in Japan in 2020 and I returned in 2023.
Okay.
So I already have some documents that is similar to that of Brazil. So I
Okay.
had to submit to Brazilian embassy in Nigeria, and here I am today in Brazil.
Okay. You back in the years, you almost apply in a lot of scholarship and you got accepted.
In all this.
Yeah. Most of them you were not money to keep going or to travel or to start studying, but even so you did not stop. You are the right person to giving advice how to deal with this process to apply to scholarship, how to look for scholarship. What is the advice that you can do for those guys all over around the world that are looking for scholarship, are looking to no, just to look for scholarship? What is the advice that you can?
Yeah, to look for a scholarship is very easy, but to get into the scholarship is tough.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
have to get yourself prepared. It depends on your research. You have to make yourself available in the internet. It is very easy. Go to the Google, ask Google scholarship in your area. If you are physics, you have to search. If you are chemistry, biology, arts, computer science, just take scholarship in this. Google will tell you, oh, there is an opening. And also, these days, people follow a lot of social media. Go there in LinkedIn, go there in Twitter, try to follow some of the university. Also try to follow some of the teachers in the university because most times they have received scholarship grants to say from the government and they are looking for students to join. Then how I got my own also. So follow teachers, send email also. Go across the teacher email, send, oh, hello teacher, my name is this, and I am interested to join your laboratory to study. If this teacher likes so much your resume, he or she can ask you, okay, just submit to the university, they will give you the official admission, then you can come over and study with them.
Okay. And how the teacher will keep in touch with your resume?
Once you have your email
Okay.
on your
Okay. I was
resume,
thinking about even in your network, in your social network like LinkedIn or such kind of stuff.
yeah, there also in LinkedIn it is possible. You can send a message to the teacher and then keep talking with the teacher. Read lots about the laboratory or what the teacher is doing, and then just show some concern about, uh, and also try to share idea with
Okay.
them. So
Then let us talk a bit about your journey that you stayed there in Japan.
okay, yeah, it's quite a good country, very developed country. I still have to return there soon. Yeah,
Okay.
because I still have some ongoing research with the Japanese government. So it's really challenging at the first. Like I said, it's quite challenging to get into a full funded scholarship.
It's challenging.
It's very challenging, difficult to say. But it depends on how you have made yourself available, how tough you have made yourself also to understand the science. If you are art, also the art of what the university or the teacher you are planning to visit is doing. So it is quite good also to travel, go around the world, see the beauty of the world, and then meet people, interact with people, because every culture is completely different, to say unique. So people from different backgrounds. As Africans, it is challenging also, but just keep aside
Okay.
and then make struggle to join the winning community of the world, and then someday you will succeed.
Okay. Right. You already say, and I completely agree that has African sometimes is difficult,
Yeah.
and from the moment that you prepare yourself to apply in the application, those university or those teachers that keep in touch with your resume, they are receiving information on about where you come from, such kind of stuff. And do you ever notice that sometimes they are not like agree that you are capable to do that research? Sometimes you feel something like that, and if so, how do you use to deal with this situation?
Yeah, I once had that experience when I talked with a US professor.
Yes,
A
US.
professor from the USA. I had an interview with him. He was asking me, I have read through your resume and I see several things you do, and I'm so surprised that you, as Africa, you are doing a lot of things, and here in Africa, nobody is capable to see what I can see.
To see
First,
which kind of thing you are talking.
yeah,
Just to let us know, even though we don't understand all this stuff, but probably there are people that are watching us and
yeah,
they have
I try to study, we call aerosol.
a
That's
aero story,
aerosols.
aerosource.
Yeah, it's like the suspended particles in the atmosphere. You
Okay.
can breathe in particles flying in the
Okay,
atmosphere.
like
Yeah,
yes, right now we
yeah.
are breathing.
Breathing, some of them are not good.
Oh, this is also physics.
Yeah, they have to
Okay.
say the air quality, the air you breathe in, the quality of the air you breathe in could cause some lungs problem. It
Okay.
has some, can lead to death
To
also.
that.
Yeah,
But for me as people that don't know a lot of things about physics, for me it is more related about the medicine, no?
not really, not directly to the medicine. That is why in China there are a lot of pollution. You see people using the nose mask
Okay.
just to prevent inhaling those particles that is suspended in the atmosphere.
Okay.
You also see some people, for example, those guys who used to cut the tree, you will see them.
Yes.
Those guys also dealing with heavy chemicals, also you will see them.
Yes. Yes.
And also during the COVID, you will see this is to prevent to breathing these particles
Okay.
because they are just air particles suspended in the atmosphere. So with the mask, it helps to filter, make the air you breathe in clean, so you stay
Okay.
away from every problem. So the professor in the US told me, oh, anyway, I have to congratulate you that you are doing very well, and this position you are asking me, I can see you are bigger than the position. I'm not going to offer you this position.
Okay.
I'm not going to offer you this position. Just look for a bigger one.
A bigger one.
Just give to me. No, 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 no. I can see you are from Africa and you are doing this big. How come you carry one? So that kind of situation is really good for me, and it gives me hope. Oh, we are doing very well. Just keep doing, and also to encourage those ones who is about to start. Very challenging, but you can just make up your time. Look around also for friends who are also into what you
You
are
are
doing
doing.
or what used to influence you. If you're a footballer like so much again, look for a club to join, play, do the physical practice. That is the only way you can succeed.
Physical practice,
Practice.
like such as, for
For
example, in
example,
your own area.
in my area as a science, look for people who is already there in the scientific area to ask questions. Oh, how are you doing this? Oh, the person will explain to you. Oh, if you want to do this, this is the steps you take. So, okay, okay, okay. You get the idea. Like someone who is doing training to fight
Okay.
eye.
Okay. This is the same way that you used to deal
Yeah.
with the science and with all your entire process of being student. And talk more about the process that you applied here in Brazil and you got the first position. How was it?
Yeah, there was about if I'm not mistaken, about 20 students who also applied the same position with me. And when I applied, I was the very first position. I'm not surprised because in 2020 also when I got the scholarship there in Italy, I was the second position.
Okay.
So I got second position and I was meant to receive 5,200 euro.
Okay.
So I told myself, oh, this guy that got the first position must be a good student. I have to put more effort.
Effort, yes.
So my second time to apply for a scholarship, I now got the first position. So I can see, oh, I have to double the effort, make myself more serious, study a lot, and then succeed. It is really good because you have to feel better life, have a bright future,
Yes.
make the community to see you as a very relevant person also.
Yes, and you are talking about such uh, interesting commentary that you are saying right now. Make the community see you as a brilliant student or a brilliant person. And I have noticed that the same way that in, for example, the community of journalists, all those people that are journalists, they already know the highest journalists in top. The community of football players, they also know. It also used to happen about the students with teacher all over around the world. How is it used to happen? How do you used to talk each other? How do you used to meet each other sometimes?
It is just by first practice, like you said, mention about the football. Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7, you
Yes.
see how hard he used to train. So he is well known all over around the world. Oh, this guy is a good. If Cristiano Ronaldo should open a school, football school, and when you meet a person, you say, oh, I'm a student of Cristiano. Ah, you're a Cristiano Ronaldo. They already assume you're a good student because they are referring to your teacher. Oh, your teacher
Mhm.
is a nice person. We already see the result of how good he is, and then for him to train you also, it means you are also good.
You're so good.
So it's recommendation. Oh, where did you, which university did you study? Who is your teacher? So right now I'm a student and I hope to be a teacher someday. And if I should do well, that guy I already know him. And my own students, they already know. The world will know this guy is a student of this guy. For example, those guys who first traveled to the space, Neil Armstrong,
Neil Armstrong.
when they have students, they already know if Neil should be there in space. The students will already know how to go to
Yeah,
space. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Talking about that, you hope one day to go also to the space,
yeah,
if you could,
yeah. I have a dream to work with NASA and
with us.
also to visit the space someday.
Okay, and sometimes I used to make some just walking around in the internet in YouTube. I noticed that about one of the most not danger, but that used to cause some kind of wandering. Oh, I don't know if I can consider has a problem when the first moment that the astronaut used to go to space, they used to face with what they used to call overview effect. Just trying to explain us how is to imagine to see the words without a border or something like that. How is it?
It's very challenging if you are not of the space background to visit there. Those guys who visit that there, they already pass through some training. Yeah, you have to pass through some training. You also have to have the need to have the idea on how the space works. So there in space, you know about there is gravity. There is no gravity. Here there is gravity because the gravity is high as it moves down to the earth. Here we feel more of the gravity, and then up there no. So about zero,
About
approximately
zero.
zero gravity, and it is quite difficult when you don't have the idea how to space. You can be suspended here in space if you don't know
If you
the
don't know,
routine here to follow.
it's a nice. And since you are, I used to learn a lot with you. whenever you are saying something about this course, about physics and astronomy, about some of situation that used to happen all over around the world, but we don't use we as normal person, we don't notice that. For example, that you when you told me that when we look into the sky, what we are seeing is not a star in the night. They are satellites.
Yeah.
But and other think that you are the right person, and I'm sure that you will notice that for those one that they used to because the information are available for all over, almost everybody can enter in the internet doing some video and earn a lot of views, and probably this amount of views there are a lot of person that they don't have any kind of information and are supporting these thing that the guy is like explaining. For those one that still keep believe that the earth is flat, right? You as doctor, how the simple way to make the guy those guy believe that the earth is circular, how do you explain it to us?
It's very easy. When you say the earth is flat, it means you can walk uh, on the foot here to Angola. What is not that way? Because
Repeat again.
when you think the earth is flat, it means you can possibly walk from here to Angola. But now it is not because
It's not
it's
possible.
not possible.
You walk on
Because,
foot.
yeah, it is not
Why?
possible because sometimes you can meet a high hill, climb the mountain. Most
Okay.
times you can hit the downhill. So
Okay.
you see that it is quite not flat. So
Okay.
possibly also when you try to view the earth outside from the space, you certainly see the curve. We used to call the borders,
Okay. The
the grid
borders.
lines. It is there. If you have been on the airplane, just try when the airplane is trying to move, just try to be at some certain elevation. You will see the design of the earth.
The design.
So it is not really, it is not really flat.
Even when we are into the sea, also we
Yeah,
can
just
we
yeah,
can see.
you see the view. It is
Yeah,
just
it's something like it. It is
yeah,
hiding
yeah,
down,
down
down.
there. Even some roads are also like that way. Just view and then you see some downhills and it is
Uh,
not.
and yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
You
I
can.
think possibly I can try to open some social contacts and then most time write more about the earth and then for people to read and have more overview of how the earth moves.
Overview, nice.
I plan to start that someday.
Okay, and by saying that, I also will provide for all of the guys that want to keep in touch with Dr. Honoro. I will stay in the commenter section, his LinkedIn, his social network, probably to make some exchange of information, tell more, saying more about him, and I don't know, just trying to explore this such as Dr. Honor. And for your own vision, why sometimes there are so many people that used to defend this kind of information, or they used to disseminate it, this disseminate this kind of information. Oh, the word is not, and probably most of the time I don't know if they have a background to explain it also.
I I have not seen
Yes.
those guys that used to say that. I have not really explored. And also, it is very easy to say something which you don't have sufficient knowledge about.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people can tell stories and they don't have idea of the
Yeah.
stories. But for someone who also have the idea of the story, when you say, "Oh no 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 no, it is this way," oh,
Yeah.
it's true. So you inside you make arguments and not just say, oh, this is how it ends.
How it
Yeah.
ends.
When I see those guys who used to say that, I will try to read what they are saying
What they're
and
saying.
then try to make meaning. And then where I said no, I will just, oh, yes, we don't say
Oh,
this
that's
this way. And why, if you say this way, then why is it happening this way? So
Mhm.
this is just like the argument and then try to conclude on a particular, yeah.
Okay. And I even remember a day that you were explaining to me how this kind of situation about the earth is flat or circular, and I asked you if this is a earth like we are here, that this is the entire earth planet, our planet, and if we there is a country that is here and other is here, if we dive from here, it is possible to we like fall down from here, and you say yes, but almost it will not be possible because of something that you explain that is inside, that it will take 100 years. I don't know if I explained very well, isn't it?
No, I said, I try to show you, if you get a ball
Yes,
and then just this shape, and
yes,
then just try to place an ant here, you notice the movement
yeah,
of the
yeah,
ant. Certainly, it is gravity that
yeah,
is making it possible to walk on the ant. If there is no gravity, certainly it's not possible to walk on the
yeah,
surface. So now it is this way, and the continents are located not the same position. But when you try to view from the angle, it appears this way.
yeah.
Because as you are moving far, you are trying to cover the view.
Okay,
But when you come closer, you can't see. You are trying to focus on a particular continent or country. So if it is that way, the movements, the rotation, I say, of this is the what is called the what passes day and night, and the Earth rotates on its own axis, causing every 24 hours. So this is why it is possible to change the position of the country. Maybe, for example, the Asian, Japanese facing the day, and those in Africa
mm-hmm.
back there being in the night time. So the movement is what causes, yeah, this day and night.
Day and
And
night.
if it is flat, so it is not possible. Every earth we see, the we face the sun
Yeah.
radiation at the same time.
At the same time,
And
yeah,
there is
it
no
makes sense.
difference.
It's
That's
also, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is also completely right. Yeah, your way that you sometimes explain the fresh is very clear, very clear. And okay, your last word about uh, what you can, how you can support, uh, how you can give support for the academic, academic community, for student community, even here in Brazil. How do you will support? How do you expect all over your process of research on
yeah.
how they also can expect from you?
Yeah, now there is translator and it is possible to translate. If you need my contacts, which I could make available,
Okay, I will. All this information I will leave here in the commenter section.
just keep in touch. Let me know the area of your interest, how to support also you, what you are doing. Give my advice and see it's been successful. It is completely not difficult. It is completely good to make trial and then learn from the mistakes. Someday you'll be an expert of what you do. So that is the first step to do. Accept about yourself what you can do. Keep outside the fear. Oh, I can't do this. No. Just keep the try and then you
Keep.
see yourself being successful someday.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much to accept our invitation to come here in Mazuela podcast, and we I'm also hope that you succeed in every journey that you expect to be involved in all your entire path. And I'm sure that you are succeeding. Yeah, just now, yeah, you are receiving the you are seeing the how did you take a lot of time to expand, to explore, and now you are living this process. And I'm so glad. I'm also glad for you. Then it was also one of our episode of Mazuela podcast. Stay tuned. I will leave all the information about the Dr. Honoro here down below, and we will see you on the next episode. And just if you want, just see this another episode that will appear here or somewhere here on the screen, and we are together. Thank you so much.
Away.